Fast and Furious actor Paul Walker died from a combination of traumatic injuries and burns.
Hey, thought you could leave without saying goodbye.
This video explores the life and untimely death of Hollywood star Paul Walker, primarily known for his role in the Fast and Furious franchise. It aims to provide an in-depth look at his personal life, career, and the circumstances surrounding his tragic passing, while addressing some of the persistent conspiracy theories that surfaced posthumously.
I like that. All right, $1 million quarter mile. I owe you a 10-second car. Yeah, bro, man, he like them apples.
Paul Walker's last day. The last day of Paul Walker, marked on November 30th, 2013, was a typical day of philanthropy and passion for the famous actor. Known for his charm, good looks, and daring spirit, he was preparing to celebrate the holiday season. On his agenda was Christmas tree shopping, an event he was supposed to attend with his daughter Meadow. However, a change in plans led to a turn of events that would shock fans and fellow celebrities across the globe. Earlier in the day, Walker had attended a charity event organized by Reach Out Worldwide, a humanitarian aid organization he founded. This particular fundraiser aimed to raise money for the victims of Typhoon Haiyan, a devastating storm that had ravaged the Philippines just weeks before. Walker was passionate about his charity work, often going into the field to help with relief efforts. His love for helping others was a significant part of his character, often overshadowed by his high-profile Hollywood career. Following the charity event, Walker decided to take a joyride in a red Porsche Carrera GT with his friend and business associate Roger Rodas, who was an experienced racer and the car's driver. The Porsche Carrera GT was a beast, a supercar known for its raw power and speed. It was a clear, sunny Southern California day, and the pair decided to take a quick spin around the local business park where the charity event was taking place. However, the day that started with hope and goodwill quickly spiraled into tragedy. At approximately 3:30 p.m., the Porsche, driven at a high speed, crashed into a concrete lamppost and two trees before erupting into flames on Hercules Street, a wide street in the business park. The collision was so violent that the car split in half. The tragedy unfolded just yards away from the charity event, with horrified onlookers rushing to the scene. Despite desperate attempts from witnesses, the flames from the crash were too intense, preventing any successful rescue efforts. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department and the local Santa Clarita Valley Station were called to the scene, but it was too late. Both Walker and Rodas were pronounced dead at the scene. News of Walker's death quickly spread, leaving fans, friends, and family in shock and disbelief. This tragic event marked the abrupt end to a life lived passionately, full of promise, and underscored by a genuine desire to make a positive difference in the world. Paul Walker and the Fast and Furious franchise. It is impossible to discuss Paul Walker's career without highlighting his prominent role in the Fast and Furious franchise, a series that defined his career and elevated him to international fame. As Brian O'Connor, an undercover cop turned outlaw, Walker carved out a name for himself, bringing an infectious energy and authenticity to the high-octane series. The first film in the franchise, The Fast and the Furious, was released in 2001, a time when the concept of high-speed street racing was relatively untouched in mainstream cinema. Walker, with his all-American good looks and undeniable charisma, was the perfect fit for Brian O'Connor, whose love for speed and adrenaline-pumping adventure mirrored Walker's real-life passion. Throughout the series, Walker's character evolves from an undercover cop seeking to infiltrate a criminal street racing gang to a beloved member of the family, a term repeatedly used to refer to the tight-knit group at the heart of the franchise. Walker's on-screen chemistry with co-stars, particularly Vin Diesel, became a hallmark of the series, and their off-screen friendship further contributed to the authenticity of their performances. Walker's commitment to the franchise was unwavering. Despite the inherent risks associated with filming high-speed car chases and stunts, he embraced the challenge with a daredevil spirit. While the series employed professional stunt drivers for the more dangerous scenes, Walker, an experienced and passionate driver, often performed many of his own stunts, further cementing his bond with the character and the series. However, Walker's contributions to the franchise were not merely limited to his on-screen performances. Behind the scenes, he was deeply involved, often providing input on scripts and character development. He also used the platform provided by the franchise to raise awareness for various charitable causes, demonstrating his genuine commitment to humanitarian work. The success of the Fast and Furious franchise, largely attributed to Walker and his co-stars, is undeniable. The series, initially dismissed by critics as a shallow exploration of underground street racing, quickly evolved into a cultural phenomenon, grossing billions of dollars worldwide. With its mix of high-speed car races, daring heists, intense action, and a consistent emphasis on family and loyalty, it resonated with audiences around the globe. When Walker tragically passed away, he had completed filming for Fast and Furious 6 Inches and was in the middle of shooting Furious 7. His untimely death sent shockwaves through the franchise. The team faced the daunting task of completing Furious 7 Inches without one of its key stars. Using a combination of CGI and Walker's brothers, Caleb and Cody, as stand-ins, they managed to finish the film as a fitting tribute to their fallen comrade. Walker's legacy within the Fast and Furious franchise is undeniably impactful. His portrayal of Brian O'Connor not only defined his career, but also contributed significantly to the identity and success of the series. In the process, he won the hearts of millions, leaving a lasting mark in Hollywood and beyond. Even after his death, his spirit continues to drive the essence of the franchise, immortalized in its high-speed chases, complex heists, and most importantly, its emphasis on family, the early life and passions of Paul Walker. Born on September 12, 1973 in Glendale, California, Paul William Walker IV was the eldest of 5 siblings in a working-class family. His father, a sewer contractor, and his mother, a former fashion model, nurtured in Walker a love for the outdoors and a strong sense of humanitarianism from a young age. It was these foundations that would later play a significant role in his personal life and professional career. Besides surfing, Walker was passionate about martial arts. He held a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and was an avid practitioner of Muay Thai. His love for these sports was more than just a hobby, it was a discipline that translated into his life philosophy. As he once said, "Train your mind to see the good in every situation." Despite his on-screen persona as a heartthrob, Walker was not one for the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. He once confessed that acting was not his calling but a means to an end, allowing him to fund his real passions, his love for nature, sports, and philanthropy. Walker's charitable endeavors were a vital part of his life. In 2010, he founded the disaster relief NGO Reach Out Worldwide after witnessing the devastating effects of the earthquake in Haiti. His organization aimed to provide swift and efficient relief to areas hit by natural disasters, a cause he passionately advocated for. His commitment to humanitarian work was notable. He wasn't a mere figurehead of his organization, but was often present on the ground, participating in relief efforts. In Chile, following the 8.8 magnitude earthquake in 2010, he was among the first to arrive, helping to set up mobile hospitals and providing emergency medical care. Walker's early life and passions shaped his persona as an actor and a humanitarian. Despite his fame and success, he maintained a grounded perspective on life, often attributing this to his humble beginnings and early influences. His genuine passion for sports, nature, and humanitarian work reflected in his public persona, setting him apart from many of his contemporaries. His untimely passing was not just a loss to the film industry, but also to the numerous lives he touched through his humanitarian efforts. Through his life, Walker embodied the philosophy of living one's passion, demonstrating that a life lived with purpose extends far beyond the personal and into the realm of the collective good, personal life and aspirations. Away from the action-packed sets of Fast and Furious and the adrenaline of his humanitarian work, Paul Walker was a private man with a profound appreciation for the simple joys of life. He desired to live as normal a life as possible, a trait rare in the industry he was a part of. His most cherished role was that of a father to his daughter, Meadow Rain Walker. Born in 1998 to his then-girlfriend, Rebecca Soteros, Meadow was the apple of Walker's eye. The actor often expressed that becoming a father was his greatest accomplishment. Despite his hectic schedule and the demands of his career, he prioritized spending quality time with his daughter, teaching her life lessons, and sharing his love for the outdoors. He once said, "I'm a pretty agile guy, especially being taller and all. You know, my daughter is really into the whole yoga thing, so I can get into some pretty awkward balancing positions." Walker was never married, but was involved in several relationships throughout his life. At the time of his death, he was dating Jasmine Pilchard Gosnell. While his relationships were often under media scrutiny, Walker made a conscious effort to keep his personal life private, focusing public attention on his work and charitable efforts instead. Despite his success and popularity, Walker yearned for a life away from the limelight. He often expressed his discomfort with fame, stating in an interview, "I don't know if I ever really wanted to be an actor. I'm an outdoors person. I think Hollywood is a great place to visit, but I love having the escape and the balance of more of a rural setting." In his personal life, Walker aspired to maintain a balance between his love for nature, his philanthropic endeavors, his career, and his role as a father. Despite the challenges presented by his celebrity status, he never let fame overshadow his fundamental values and aspirations. His humility and dedication to his personal life serve as a testament to his character, proving that beneath the veneer of the action hero, there was a man who truly valued the simple pleasures and authentic experiences of life. Paul Walker's love for cars. For Paul Walker, cars were more than just a mode of transportation. They were a passion that consumed him. This enthusiasm for cars was deeply ingrained in his identity, manifesting itself in both his professional and personal life. In the Fast and Furious franchise, Walker portrayed a character equally enthralled by the roar of engines and the thrill of speed. Yet it wasn't just a persona he donned for the silver screen, it was a reflection of his real-life love for automobiles. His passion for cars didn't just make him the perfect fit for his role as Brian O'Connor. It was also a significant aspect of his off-screen life. Beyond collecting cars, Walker was also an accomplished driver. His passion for driving wasn't just limited to cruising down highways, he actively participated in motorsports. He competed in the Redline Time Attack Racing Series, driving a BMW E92 M3 for the AE Performance Team, a racing team he founded with Roger Rodas. His love for cars extended to the realm of business as well. Alongside Rodas, Walker co-owned Always Evolving, a performance shop for cars based in Valencia, California. The shop was a hub for car enthusiasts, reflecting Walker's desire to foster a community united by a shared passion for automobiles. Walker's enthusiasm for cars also had a philanthropic angle. He used his celebrity status to bring attention to Reach Out Worldwide's charity car shows, attracting fans and car enthusiasts alike to support his humanitarian efforts. In retrospect, Walker's love for cars might seem bittersweet, given the circumstances of his death. However, his legacy as a car enthusiast lives on, remembered by fans and car lovers worldwide. His enthusiasm for automobiles, the joy he derived from them, and the community he built around this passion are testaments to his belief in pursuing what one loves, a belief that continues to inspire and influence even after his untimely departure. Details of the fatal accident. On the fateful afternoon of November 30th, 2013, Paul Walker and his friend Roger Rodas left a charity event organized by Reach Out Worldwide in a 2005 Porsche Carrera GT, one of the cars from Walker's personal collection. Their journey, meant to be a short joyride around the office park where the event was held, ended tragically when the car crashed into a concrete lamppost and 2 trees before bursting into flames. The report also noted that the car had 9-year-old tires. While the tires were the original ones that came with the vehicle and were rarely used, the extended period since their manufacture might have compromised their drivability and handling, especially at high speeds. The report concluded that the age of the tires might have played a crucial role in the crash. The crash was so severe that the car split into multiple parts, engulfing in flames almost immediately. Despite the immediate response from nearby individuals, including employees of Rodas and Walker's shop, Always Evolving, The intensity of the fire made it impossible to rescue the trapped men. Autopsy reports later confirmed that Walker died from the combined effects of traumatic and thermal injuries. The loss of Walker, a beloved actor in his prime and a man dedicated to humanitarian causes, was a tragedy that sent a shockwave through Hollywood and the world at large. His death underscored the inherent risk associated with his greatest passion, fast cars and high-speed driving, and left a void in the hearts of many. A void that still echoes with the revving of engines and the infectious laughter of an actor who lived his life a quarter mile at a time. The legal aftermath. The aftermath of Paul Walker's untimely death brought with it a whirlwind of legal complexities, chiefly due to the lawsuit filed against Porsche by Meadow Walker, Paul's only child and sole heir. The lawsuit alleged that the 2005 Porsche Carrera GT in which Walker died was defectively designed, making it unsafe for its intended use. The legal complaint highlighted several key issues. First, it contended that the car lacked necessary safety features that could have either prevented the crash or allowed Paul Walker to survive it. Specifically, the suit criticized the absence of a stability control system, a standard feature in many sports cars designed to prevent skidding and loss of control. The lawsuit also argued that the car had a notoriously dangerous history, with a high-powered engine similar to those in racing cars and a design that made it hard to handle, even for experienced drivers. Furthermore, the complaint claimed that the seatbelts were defectively designed, causing Walker to be trapped in the burning car after the crash. Porsche responded to the allegations by stating that the car was misused and improperly maintained, and that the accident and deaths were the result of reckless driving and excessive speed. The automaker pointed to the investigation report, which concluded that the car was traveling at a dangerously high speed of 80 to 93 miles per hour in a 45 miles per hour zone. Another key point in the case was the condition of the car's tires. As mentioned in the accident investigation report, the car was equipped with 9-year-old tires. While they were the original tires that came with the rarely used vehicle, their age could have led to a degradation in performance, especially at high speeds. However, the lawsuit alleged that Porsche should have warned against the use of old tires. While the lawsuit against Porsche was the most high-profile case in the legal aftermath of Walker's death, it wasn't the only one. Rodas's widow, Christine Rodas, also filed a lawsuit against Porsche, making similar claims about the car's safety features. However, a federal judge ruled in favor of Porsche in this case. The legal aftermath of Paul Walker's death reflected the ongoing struggle for justice in a complex situation, where the thrill of speed clashed with the brutal reality of loss. Despite the settlement, the question still lingers. How much responsibility does a manufacturer bear for the safety of a high-performance vehicle, and to what extent can a driver's actions shift that balance? The answers are as complex as the vehicles themselves, mirroring the blurred lines between control, power, and accountability. Conspiracy Theories and Speculations Part 1. Paul Walker's tragic death, much like the sudden demise of any global icon, was fertile ground for conspiracy theorists and speculation. While law enforcement officials, automotive experts, and the legal proceedings highlighted in the previous chapter offered plausible explanations, various fringe theories suggested alternatives that questioned the mainstream narrative. One of the earliest conspiracy theories postulated that Paul Walker might still be alive. This claim hinged on the fact that the footage of the crash showed an intense fire, making it difficult to visually identify the victims. Some theorists suggested that Walker faked his death, though the reasons posited for such a decision varied wildly, from wanting to escape the pressures of fame to needing to covertly continue his humanitarian work. Others speculated that Walker's death was an orchestrated event. This theory, based mostly on speculation rather than any concrete evidence, argued that the crash was staged, again for reasons that ranged from the bizarre to the outright fantastical. These included claims that Walker was targeted because he had discovered dangerous truths about the world's elite, or because he was about to expose nefarious plans. A common thread in these theories was the absence of convincing evidence. While proponents offered various types of proof, such as blurred video footage, ambiguous social media posts, or loosely connected events, these pieces of evidence were at best circumstantial. Furthermore, they often required leaps of logic and ignored key facts, such as the detailed crash investigation report or the testimonies of those who were at the scene of the accident. In this digital age where information can be shared instantaneously, conspiracy theories can rapidly gain traction. However, it's essential to scrutinize these theories critically and consider the source of the information. While it's human nature to search for explanations, especially in the face of sudden and tragic events, sometimes these explanations can veer into the realm of fiction. Walker's death, a heartbreaking reality, is no exception. Despite the flurry of speculations and theories, the fact remains that a promising life was cut short in a devastating accident, a loss felt by fans and loved ones worldwide. Conspiracy Theories and Speculations Part 2. The web of conspiracy theories surrounding Paul Walker's death extends beyond the realm of cursed franchises and faked deaths, venturing into more sinister territories. The fodder for these speculations often came from the unique aspects of Walker's life, including his philanthropy, interest in marine biology, and connections to the Fast and Furious franchise. One of the more outlandish theories suggested that Walker's death was tied to his humanitarian efforts. In particular, some theorists claimed that Walker had uncovered sensitive information about the misappropriation of disaster relief funds or dangerous medical practices while working with his charity Reach Out Worldwide. They proposed that Walker was eliminated because he planned to expose this information. However, these claims were purely speculative, lacking any concrete evidence or clear motive. Another popular conspiracy theory involved Walker's interest in marine biology. Walker had studied marine biology in college and was passionate about ocean conservation. Some theorists hypothesized that he had discovered secretive government operations harming marine life or the environment, and was killed to keep this information under wraps. Again, these claims were baseless, feeding more off sensationalism than facts. However, much like the theories discussed in the previous chapter, these speculations were largely unsupported by any substantial evidence. They relied heavily on conjecture, cherry-picked information, and a predisposition to mistrust official narratives. These conspiracy theories, while captivating for some, often overlook the devastating impact of Walker's death on his loved ones and fans. They disregard the real human tragedy in favor of an elaborate narrative that fits into a specific worldview. The proliferation of such theories is a testament to the influence of social media and the internet on information dissemination in the modern world. In this era of fake news and misinformation, it's more crucial than ever to scrutinize the sources of our information and remain critical of unsubstantiated claims. The death of Paul Walker, a tragic and untimely event, is no exception. Despite the speculation, the official accounts provide the most credible explanation, reminding us of the dangers of high-speed driving and the fleeting nature of life, Walker's legacy in the Fast and Furious franchise. Paul Walker's tragic death marked the end of an era for the Fast and Furious franchise. As one of the key figures in the series, his passing left a gaping hole. Yet the franchise found ways to honor his memory, ensuring that Brian O'Connor, the character Walker embodied, lived on. In Furious 7, Walker's final film in the franchise, the creators faced the challenge of giving the actor a respectful send-off. With the help of Paul's brothers, Caleb and Cody, who stood in as body doubles, and the utilization of CGI technology, they were able to craft a touching farewell scene. The poignant last ride of Brian O'Connor not only provided closure for the character, but also served as a heartfelt tribute to Walker himself. This moment in the film stands as an iconic scene within the franchise and an emotional goodbye to a beloved actor. As Dominic Toretto, played by Vin Diesel, says in the film, "It's never goodbye," echoing the sentiments of the entire Fast and Furious family and their dedicated fan base. Walker's legacy within the franchise is also perpetuated by Reach Out Worldwide, the non-profit organization he founded. The organization continues to carry out relief work worldwide, maintaining the spirit of altruism that Walker embodied. In the world of Fast and Furious, where the concepts of family and loyalty are paramount, Paul Walker's memory is preserved with reverence. His portrayal of Brian O'Connor resonated with fans worldwide, making his character an unforgettable part of the franchise. Although his life was tragically cut short, Walker's legacy within the franchise continues to burn bright. His embodiment of the fast and furious spirit, a love for adventure, a dedication to family, and a passion for helping others, remains an integral part of the series' DNA. Through his impactful performances, lasting tributes, and ongoing charitable work, Paul Walker continues to inspire and touch lives, making his mark as an enduring icon of the Fast and Furious universe.